like pre-recorded streams of some YouTube videos and stuff,
Right.
and the stuff will pop up, and they always thank them. What happens if you don't thank the people who gave you money?
I mean, you're an asshole. I mean, that's. I mean, if you
Does
I
the
don't know, want to
government
have that,
thank you for paying your taxes?
should they?
Should you thank people for giving you money?
If you know what, have you seen the chair that I sit on in here?
I have.
This is 100% community funded. I didn't spend a single dime of my money on this chair. I just bitched and bitched for months to say that the chair I sat on sucked.
So you were seeding, is what you're saying.
I did nothing of the sort.
You were seeding that, incepting that idea into people's heads.
No, because seeding would have been like, oh man, this chair is so uncomfortable. Man, I wish I had the money for a new chair. But I would just say, fuck my ass. That sounds wrong, but I mean, basically, just support your ass. And yes, if people go out of their way to give me money, yes, it's them supporting me or believing in me and my goal and everything. So
if you give me some money, I'll thank you.
Maybe I will.
Good.
Get on Twitter. Money. It's up to you.
Oh, I don't know. No. Just like straight cash, homie. My program just crashed. No, it's there. This is the internet's worst gaming podcast. I'm your host, Loki Jarson. I'm joined here today by my other brother, Nick, who used to be on this show like 30 episodes ago. It's been a long-ass time since you were on this show.
It's been a long time coming.
All right. He goes by, what? Do you still use the same handle?
It is now FF Frostlight on Twitch.
What is the other two F's?
You're supposed to say it like you're cold, so it's Frostlight.
Please be joking.
I actually did it to... The FF was supposed to stand for Frosty Fanatics.
Oh my god, that's even worse.
It just went as a... Well, now it's a complete running joke, so anything that starts with an F, so like they'll say, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And have you ever had French toast and stuff like that? It's not a thing, but now it's a thing.
This makes me fucking ill.
I fucking hate you.
So, a brief history, because I don't think those old shows are available anymore on iTunes and Spotify that this is on. I've known you your whole life.
Pretty much.
Because you're my younger brother. What's your earliest video game memories? Is it the Genesis, or do you remember Jerry's computer back in Austin?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay.
First gaming memory is probably, I always like to refer to Clue on the Sega Genesis.
The Genesis, yeah.
And Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2. And for the life of me, that's the only games I can honestly remember on the Genesis.
Okay, so two of those we didn't own. Those were Edward's, our cousin. We borrowed them, quote unquote, and never returned them.
Well, he didn't ask for them back either, so it was donated.
This is what I always say to Stizzy and Rob, the other two guys. I always tell the story of Edward and Jerry. They had a lot more, I didn't say a lot more games, later on. They had more games than we had at the time, but they didn't care about video games at all.
No, they were the kinds that had, if they had discs, when it came later to disc, it was either in the wrong case or they were stacked on top of each other, disc on disc. God, that broke my heart.
They did not care about video games, so when we borrowed them, quote unquote, and never returned them, they were like, whatever.
Yeah, but there's never returning, and then there's not asking for back. That's them.
I also make this distinction, and I've been called an asshole for it, so thank you for agreeing with me.
Well, I'm an asshole as well, then.
So, we had the Genesis. We had, I believe we jumped all the way up to Nintendo 64 after that. We brand switched. Played a shitload of games on that. Jumped over to the GameCube. jumped over to the Xbox, the original Xbox.
Big Black.
No one called it that. We and then got a PS2 very late in the life cycle, like way later than anyone else on Earth. And then it kind of split, right? Then it was this, what the fuck is that to the Xbox? 360. Yeah, go up. Yeah, but it doesn't really start until about we don't play the same games quote all the time. We play very similar stuff, or we're playing together, or we're taking turns because our parents made us. But about the 360 era, it starts to split, and I'll tell you exactly when it splits.
I gotta hear this.
You know when.
I gotta hear this because I feel like this is one of those situations where you just made up your own memory.
2007. Okay, can you finish this thought?
I'm going to let you finish this thought so I can say that you're wrong.
Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Okay.
I'm not wrong.
Okay, this is your show. This is your show, man. You ever heard of streamer's choice? Hey, whatever you say.
Here's what happened. I'm not in town. I don't remember the specifics because again, it was 2007. But I'm out of town for some reason. You and our other brother, Thomas, we're going to call him that on this. Please try to pay attention to that part. Without my knowledge, sign on to Xbox Live using my fucking name, by the way. I've never gotten over this. And you start playing in rando lobbies in Call of Duty. Is that really not how you remember it? That's how it happened.
This is not true. This is absolutely, this is false. Don't believe a word this man says. So Thomas remembers it as I remember it. The first time we played Xbox Live was Halo 3 on Super Bowl Sunday.
I don't remember that at all. Who the hell did we play with?
Nobody. I played with randoms.
I don't remember that.
I played with randoms. It was me and him in the same room, and I remember going off, popping off and talking trash, but, this was before microphones and this was before the internet was toxic. And that's what I remember, the fact that I was actually doing halfway decent against real people.
Well, you still use my name and my 360, by the way. We didn't have separate
I didn't
ones.
say that part was a lie. I'm just saying the game and the date were not true or did not match up.
I guess I was off watching the Super Bowl. I don't know. Any damn
it
ways.
It was Patriots and Giants the first time, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, then I was definitely watching the Super Bowl. That was great. That triggered a different memory that we can't talk about on air. Anyways, so you start playing Call of Duty for Modern Warfare with more and more randos.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up finding a group of people. I can't recall, because I wasn't part of this, if the group was already established or it was just randos who knew other randos.
So, to my knowledge, dang, I wish I could remember the name of the map. But I remember the map. And
Shipment.
No, it wasn't. I might have started on Shipment, but it was, we're playing Search and just, no. I definitely wouldn't have been playing Search and Destroy. So
it doesn't matter.
So playing TDM, and I'm away from the controller for a minute, and I get back and I can't move because 5 different guys surrounded me and stood, and I tried to jump out, and I was shooting and drawing all this attention, and they were laughing, and I'm like, come on, guys, because I wasn't established in the internet and how to talk to people and stuff like that. So
That's
here
fair.
I am trying to jump out like, come on, guys, feel like I'm getting bullied, right? Come on, man. And all of a sudden we get a noob tube out of freaking nowhere and kills all 6 of us. And we all had a grand old laugh, and that's how we became friends.
Among these several people were, in fact, the 2 other guys on this show, Joe Stizzy and Rob.
Correct.
There were other people, but those people don't matter to this story. So that's how you met them, and you became internet friends with them. I was a later joiner because, real talk, all the way through this thing, I am terrible at online shooters. So I was always kind of, hey, can I play? And you were like, oh, can my older brother play, even though he's terrible?
At least they let you, man. At least they let you.
So I got to know those guys more, and then the other people who, again, are not important to this story. They're not listening, so I don't care. And then you did whatever you do, and I started hanging out with them more.
Right.
And then by the time it got late into the 360's life cycle, I don't know what the hell where you were in high school, I guess. But I was talking to Stizzy and Rob a lot more, and I basically just kind of conscripted those as my friends away from you. They were no longer your friends;
Right.
they were now mine. And then here we are, however many years later, and we're still doing shows. I literally recorded a show with Stizzy this past week.
There you go. There you go, man. That's what's up.
So
Never
that's
stop chasing. Never stop the grind.
oh man, could you not use your Twitchisms on this first part at least?
Wow. Fine.
Uh,
Fine. Fuck you. How about
just speak to me like you normally would.
that? Oh, there you go. Fuck you.
Yes, in case you weren't aware that we are real life brothers, even though we're not. You know, our gaming paths very much diverge after that part. We've played a lot of similar stuff, and you still, I guess, might as well get right to it. You do currently have a Twitch channel. Uh, there you go. Introduce yourself.
FF Frostlight. Make sure you put
No numbers.
Nope, no numbers. I originally, man, maybe back in 2013, 14, had joined as Frostlight 12 because somebody had Frostlight. And I'm like, well, 12 is my favorite number, so why not? Followed some streamers. I was actually really big into Major League Gaming, professional gaming at the time.
Oh, you know what? Let's tell that story.
Let's go.
You went to one of these events.
I did. I believe, as a matter of fact, it was 2007. Went to MLG Dallas for a Halo 3 tournament.
You coached it. You coached a team. I don't. I didn't try to make it sound like that, but I don't know. I still don't understand why you didn't play.
Because I sucked. So
Those who can't teach, I guess.
exactly. So shout out to my boy Chris for letting me be coach. Because let's be real, I didn't know jack about shit, and I didn't know nothing about strategy and stuff. So my job as coach, quote, I'm doing air quotes. Just every time I say the word coach, please picture me doing that. My job as coach was to keep track of the respawn times, the where the flag was, the power weapons when they were going to spawn, stuff like that. That was my job.
Yes.
It was really hard to do when you're watching higher level people because I shouldn't be watching higher level people, and I'm just like, oh shit, oh shit,
Yeah,
oh.
you
And
get
I'm like,
into
wait,
it.
oh, shit, what time is it? Where's the timer at? Wow.
In the intervening years, it has really exploded from that small competitive scene because MLG used to be the only thing, and now it isn't.
To my knowledge, MLG is no longer a thing at all. There are different
Yeah.
gaming leagues, but at the time in like '07, the big things were uh the big three was Halo 3, Gears, and
Hmm.
Super Smash, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, unfortunately, Smash Brothers competitive is still a thing, and it's the worst thing you've ever seen. Um, Fighting games in general, online, are just the worst things to play. This is a short tangent here, but when's the last fighting game you've played?
Uh, Probably Tekken 7. And the thing I hate when it comes to like the fighting game, I'm not gonna say the community, but the more toxicity of the fighting game community is like, I enjoyed the hell out of Tekken 7. I thought it was badass. Oh, Tekken 7 is the worst fucking Tekken game of all time. Well, you know what? Just fuck you. How about that? Like,
Here's some trivia from me to you. I 100%ed Tekken 7,
wow.
which means I had to do all the online stuff.
Yep, exactly.
Now, that was the shittiest experience I've had in an online game in I don't know how long. I've had Battlefield games where I went 1 in 33 and had more fun. Because one of the trophies you needed to do it was like win, I think it's 2 tournament matches. And no, it was even one. It was just win 1 tournament match. So I had to be in a tournament.
Right.
In that lobby in particular, you couldn't just have your fight. You were bracketed. So you had to watch the other people have their fights. So I had to watch 3 fights to get to my 1 fight, which I lost.
Right, exactly.
But there's a losers bracket. So I had to get to
Ooh,
I had to watch
double elim.
I had to watch 4 fights to get to my 1 fight, which I did win. And then I got the trophy and I said, thank God I don't have to do this anymore.
Good
I
lord.
still do have to play a casual and a ranked, but those were less important.
Who'd you play as?
I was either Lee Shaolin or the Brazilian chick whose name escapes me at the time.
Can't remember off the top of my head either.
I want to say Christy, but that's wrong. It's not Christiana, someone with a K. Who cares? Anyways, a kick. I did a lot of kicking.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Tekken in particular is really good to watch if you have all the costumes unlocked and stuff, because people, like the winningest guy was a Kazuya who was practically naked. He just had like a little thong and maybe a Santa hat, and he was destroying every single person in that bracket.
As well, he should have.
But I also played Mortal Kombat 11 online and Mortal Kombat 10 online. Of all the online things you can do to yourself, fighting is the worst because it is always one-on-one. It is always you against another person, as opposed to something like a Call of Duty or a Halo or even an Apex. You know, it's you and a squad versus multiple people.
Yeah, but that can be a good and a bad thing, because if you know you have the skill to do so, or whatever the case may be, at least you know you will do your part in winning. And the opposite end of the spectrum of that is you can do amazing in Halo or Call of Duty or something, but if you have one or two teammates that just are absolute trash, then that kind of brings the whole thing down.
The Rob problem. You have not played. I'm going to call him out. I don't care. You have not played with Rob.
Which end is Rob on?
You have not played with Rob in a long time. He is still playing a lot of Battlefields, and he is still convinced that every one of his teammates is the worst team there's ever been. Every single round.
I'll say this much, man. When it comes to the games that I play now, I was away from gaming for a long time, and I am so.
You took a break for personal reasons we will not discuss on air.
So it sucked that when I played Rocket League when it first started coming out, and I was just like, yo, I'm actually pretty good at this. So I took a long break, came back, and it's like even in casual lobbies, everyone is doing aerials, and I'm like, I can't do that. I feel like
did you 100% Rocket League, or am I crazy?
Yes, I did. Well, I feel like it came out twice in a sense, because there was a point where this is before games started doing seasons.
Yes.
So
the good old days, God.
So it started. I did it in the first season per se, and then came back on the second revamp season, I guess. And nope, I was just no way I can compete with these people. Like, I want to just play casual lobbies where I don't feel like I have to jump and fly and spin and stuff. Like, I just want to drive. Like,
yeah. Well, then you were better playing a racing game.
Pretty much.
What is your most popular genre, I guess we'll say, of game? Because from what I've seen, I'll be honest. I told our other brother Thomas, he makes YouTube videos. I've told him to his face, I don't watch your videos. But the reason is I've seen him his entire life. So I'm going to tell you right now, I don't watch your videos, but I'm not opposed to watching them. Because every time I tune in, you're either playing Apex or some old fucking 360 game.
Well, then it's definitely been a while since you've tuned in.
Yes, it has. I'll admit that wholeheartedly.
Because now I am stuck, and I'll say stuck as in because it's just a new addiction of mine, I guess, on Fall Guys.
By the way, I want to head this off at the pass. I don't know how many people of your subscriber list are going to listen to this, and I don't want any of them to come off as if I'm an antagonist, but I am literally your older brother, and I'm allowed to talk shit to you.
You're literally, see, if nobody caught on, yes, he's actually my older brother, and he actually is an asshole.
Yes, 100%. Fully admit it.
We can't walk into the same hallway without being like, what the fuck? Fuck you want?
Our greeting is like one of those head tilt, hand up things, like, what do you want out of me?
What? What are you doing? What do you want? What do I owe you? I don't owe you nothing.
I did play Fall Guys to get back to this, with Stizzy and Rob briefly when it was free on PS Plus.
Cool. How was it?
They had fun. I quickly realized it was a battle royale. I fucking hate battle royales.
But stop doing that.
I fucking hate battle royales.
Stop labeling a thing when it's not a thing. Like, when I play Apex, Apex is a battle royale. Well, stop looking at it as a battle royale. Just look at it as a different. Because when you say battle royale, what comes to mind? What's the first game that comes to mind?
PUBG and Fortnite.
Exactly. And it's not PUBG or Fortnite. It's its own standalone game. And
by the way, I want to throw this out there before we get too far. I've also played Fortnite with Sizzy and Rob. I also hated it. They enjoyed it.
Well,
I've also played. I can see you shaking your head.
Yes.
I have also played I played 4 total matches, I guess, quote unquote, because you always quit when you die, of PUBG. In the first game of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds I ever played, I made it to 5th place, killing no one.
Yeah. Well, see, and the thing with Fortnite is just I can't get past the building. Like, let's go heads up, 1-on-1. I outshoot you, or you outshoot me. I shouldn't be losing a fight just because you can build a freaking skyscraper quicker than I can shoot. That's just stupid.
From what I've seen of high level, quote unquote, high level Fortnite plays, it's people on PCs who can just move a mouse very fast.
Yeah.
And this is somehow supposed to equate to their skill and the fact that they have stupid blue hair and get paid millions of dollars
Okay,
despite
hold
the
on,
fact they play a game
hold
for
on,
children.
hold
for
on.
children.
You are specifically targeting one person, and that's not every single Fortnite streamer. Okay.
That's fair.
Now-
Later we will transition to celebrities.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell
Okay.
you right
I'll
now.
hold off then, because although I am not defending said blue-haired ninja.
Oh, no names.
Oh, let's be real. I am not defending said Tyler Blevins, but I'm not for him either. You know.
Okay. But Fortnite is for kids, right? I don't mean for kids to play. I mean for kids to look at.
Okay. So
All the bright colors,
Yes.
the costumes, the
dancing.
shitload of money you steal from your parents
Yep.
to get a stupid-ass costume, which give you nothing, by the way. These costumes offer you nothing. It's just cosmetics. It's paint. So, tell me then what Apex is if it isn't a battle royale.
It is a last team standing. Look, it's become more. They have an arena mode now where it's literally squad versus squad, and it's round based, 3 round or best of 5 or sudden death or.
So it's more of elimination style from Gears or something?
It has that mode now in this newest season. It does, but yes, it is. It is more like PUBG as far as land in an area, grab guns, kill people, skill based, not like Fortnite to where you can build walls and shit. Now they do have different characters that have different abilities, which
And they've added lore, which makes no friggin' sense in the story.
I literally
game.
give half a shit about the not even half a shit, not even a quarter of a shit about the lore. I don't. A shooter multiplayer only game should not have a lore. If you want a lore, play the campaign or go play fucking Titanfall. Okay.
You didn't play much of Overwatch then, because that's all it is now.
I played 0 Overwatch. But I do enjoy Paladins, which people
I've
hate
never
that.
played Paladins.
People hate that comparison, but it is what it is.
It's a knockoff. There's nothing wrong with it. There are 100 Fortnite knockoffs. It's fine.
Yeah, well,
It's fine that they exist.
the thing that I enjoy about Apex is that they have the different characters with the different abilities. I think that's what kind of takes it out of the, because you put the battle royale label on it. And like I said, you go back to Fortnite or you go back to PUBG. I don't see it as that just because they do have the characters with the different abilities, stuff like that. It kind of makes it a different game from the two.
All right. It's more. I can't remember what it is. It's class based as opposed to skill based sort of shooter.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. As opposed to Battlefield, which is only class based, even though Rob claims the otherwise. What else do you play?
Like I said, I just recently got into Fall Guys, and I am pretty hooked on it.
It's no knock. It is very. It looks. I'm trying to say this in the nicest way possible. It's very goofy looking.
It is
and
very
silly.
goofy looking and silly.
It's people didn't give this good enough comparison. It's very Unbeatable Banzuke, or if you remember that show.
Yeah, Wipeout
Or-
and Ninja Warrior-esque.
People were saying MXC. I was like, no, it's more Unbeatable Banzuke.
Yeah. MXC was good, but it's more Unbeatable Banzuke indeed.
Yes. No one knows what that is, and we are not explaining it.
YouTube, and good luck spelling it.
I don't even think it was actually
now
called.
That, I
That was
think
the
about
English
it, be
title,
careful
by the
spelling
way.
it. You might get something else.
God, that was a great show.
We're actually,
You know G4. You know G4 is back, but in the worst way possible.
Of course it is, as any revamp would be.
Um, that's the video game industry, friend. It is all remakes and remasters.
Yeah. So with Fall Guys is I'm obviously if you've played it, you heard the music, which basically sounds like they're singing in Spanish in the background. Um, if you know what part I'm talking about, do you remember that at all? Where it sounds like ah ya me gusta, ah ya me gusta, ah ya me
Okay,
gusta.
I'll take your word for it because every time I play a multiplayer game, I intentionally turn down my volume so I can hear the other guys better.
Fuck them. Anyways, no. So it is, to my knowledge, it is supposed to be more child-based, friendly, fun sort of deal.
Goofy.
We
It's
make
goofy fun.
we make silly noises. We do silly dances. We hug each other, stuff like that. But I'll tell you this much when it comes to freaking Fall Guys. I have dropped my controller on the desk in frustration for Apex. I have literally thrown my controller over my shoulder for Fall Guys.
Don't do that. Those are expensive.
Not this one. It's $20, but that's beside the point. That I've also been told that people rage more at Fall Guys than they do Apex.
Well, because in Apex, if you get shot, it's mostly your fault or the other guy was better.
I'm just
In Fall,
outgunned, yeah.
yeah, in Fall Guys, it's like, oh, the floor fell out from under you. Teehee.
Well, sadly, and that's another topic in its damn self, but it has definitely become very troll heavy, as almost every game is nowadays. Like, there are people that play Fall Guys that specifically wait at the finish line just
Yes,
to
I've seen
grab
this.
you, just to make
Hmm.
you fall, stuff like that. It's annoying, but
There's a degree, you know me. There's a degree of fun and merriment to be had in causing annoyance to others. Dare I say, even some irritation. But if it spills over into the third category, aggravation, you've gone too far. So,
yeah,
a lot of my joy in particular comes with defining that line.
yeah.
It's like I can make fun of you, but even I know, at a certain point, you're gonna start punching me, so I'm not gonna make fun of you anymore. And although you're my younger brother, you're taller and you have bigger arms than me. Uh,
I would never do such a thing.
what? I have actual evidence of you hitting me for years. I have also have evidence of me hitting you for years.
So, did two wrongs make a right, really?
I'm not trying to justify my violence. There's no justification for violence, Nick.
Exactly. So quit your shit, or I'll kick your ass.
What the fuck were we talking about? Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. No,
Yes,
the
people do
griefing-
intentionally troll,
Yeah,
and the fucking Batman quote is, "Some men just want to see the world burn." Yeah, it's true.
yeah. It's. I mean, it kind of goes in every game to where it's like people kind of just go out of their way to get on people's nerves. It's like that in Twitch streams sometimes too. People just pop into a stream and talk shit
Irrated or whatever.
and talk
Yeah.
shit. That's just I don't know what goes through people's minds when they do that, but it is what it is. I mean, they do that, they get banned. Like there's people that jump into streams that are just like, ban me, you're a bitch, or ban me, you're fat, and they
Hmm.
just find enjoyment in that. It's just like I don't fucking get it.
Punching down is very easier than punching up. You know, you can easily make yourself feel better by putting someone else down. And there are some really fucked up people like me who don't care either way and realize, the small amount of joy given from causing someone else grief is worth the backlash, especially if you don't care about the backlash. Oh, I've always thought the best way to deal with this sort of shit is to literally not even acknowledge it, because all they want is acknowledgement. Don't even disagree, just don't read it. Don't even put your eyeballs to it.
Yeah,
Don't read it out loud, especially.
I'm the kind of guy that in other people's streams I'll troll the troller. If
Yeah.
they'll go to a female streamer and somebody be like, "Can I be your boyfriend?" And I'll just be like, "No, but you can be mine." just just
Oh,
to go completely out of my way. If
so
they're
do you
like,
want to transition to that Twitch discussion now?
I I do, but I don't, man. Oh man, the rage that built in that.
Now, Twitch itself has been getting a lot of press the last few years, mostly negative things. Chief among them is the DMCA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. The Millennium comes from this shit was enacted way back in like 2001. And it's only recently been really hitting Twitch stuff hard because of copyrighted music in the background of people's streams rather than directly from the game that they're playing. This is especially a problem with older videos, like because it's an AI. It's not a person is not clicking on every video. Like with YouTube, an AI is looking through old files and trying to match sounds. And when it finds a matched sound, it hits a flag. The flag goes directly to another AI at Twitch headquarters, where the fuck that is, and says, "Hey, this is playing copyrighted music." Bam, strike, or immediate takedown, or whatever. Same thing happens on YouTube. This is less of a problem in games now, rather, because older games didn't have this mode at all because no one thought they were ever going to stream. So a lot of games you'll see, if you go into the menu, it's like streamer mode on or off. When you turn it on, it turns off the copyrighted stuff in it. Have you ever been hit with one?
I have had VODs muted, but I've never been hit with a DMCA strike. Twitch has a 3-strike system when it comes to DMCA. So 3 strikes you're out, basically, and they ban your account.
Unless you're incredibly popular.
Now,
yes.
I don't. Okay, when it comes to
Now,
popularity,
the second major problem of Twitch is, understand that I'm not trolling. I'm not trying to talk shit to you specifically. It is saturated. There are a lot of fucking people on this streaming a lot of fucking things, and through ads, through subscriptions, through other such shit, you get a little bit of money. But the people at the top, the tippity top, the ones with highest subscriptions who make the most money, there is such an amazing wage gap between the people at the top and the people at the bottom that, honest to God, I think it's going to have a government interference in the next few years.
I wouldn't be surprised. But I think the problem is that, call it what you will, maybe the government has had their hands in too many things already.
Well, let's not go there.
When it comes to the video games, but we know where you and I stand when it comes to specifically who I'm talking about and what I'm talking about.
Look, I'm sure you have lots of subscribers from across the political spectrum, so let's not do that.
Sure. Fuck Hillary Clinton. Anyway.
Yeah, she's terrible. I actually talked about her and that dumbass Joe Lieberman a couple episodes back with Thomas, because we were talking about Night Trap, which created the ESRB.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, yeah, they're idiots. Anyways, Twitch, also run by idiots, in my opinion. I'm not a Twitch person, so I can talk shit. I'm sure you love your Twitch overlords.
I love all bosses that I've ever had, ever.
Including me? I was your boss for a time.
Yeah, but your boss's boss was my boss, in a sense.
Yeah, technically, because we were both working for our dad, yes. Anyways. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, the top people, I don't know if you want to name names, that's up to you. The super popular streamers make a shitload of money, but they don't make it because of the games they play.
No, they're... And I hope to honestly never... I mean, look, the dream has always been get paid to play video games, right? That's always been the dream, but the problem with the things now is that money... I don't know. These names, these aren't people anymore. They are now brand names.
Yes,
Ninja is
absolutely.
not a person anymore. Nick Merckx is not a person anymore. He is now a brand name. It sounds stupid, right? But it's almost like a soul kind of deal.
Yes.
Like you're not even your own person anymore. You are now your character, in a sense.
The price of fame is in fact identity, and it always has been.
Yeah, I just look. Do I want the popularity? Sure. Do I want to get my word and my mission and my everything out there? Absolutely. But I never want to get to the point where I have 15,000 to 50,000 viewers and chat is flying by.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And let's be real, they're not reading a single fucking comment. I legitimately want to be the one that thanks for every single follow, every single view. These guys are getting subs, and yeah, their alerts are popping up on the screen, whatever. But they're not paying a half a fuck to what the hell.
No.
Like, I've never...
At a certain point, it spills over and becomes egomania by design. Like, you become so popular that you don't have time for the quote-unquote the little people.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you start paying attention to your higher donators, your tier
Yes.
3 subs. Like, those are the ones that get special access and stuff. And it's like,
And here's what happens from the other side. It creates a desperation.
yeah.
Not to get super psychological, but you've now created tiers of your, not you specifically, you've created tiers of your fandom, right? So you have like, oh yeah, thanks for the $1. Oh, thanks for the $100. You're a more important person because you've given more to me.
Yep.
And so forth and so on. And this is very prevalent in the higher paid Twitch people.
Yeah.
Especially the women. Because another huge
please,
problem.
Please hold off on that topic as long as
Okay. You have something else? Go ahead.
My thing with that is just like, look, like my thing when it comes to subs, donations, giving bits, whatever your case is with me, is like, look, in no way, shape, or form to participate in this stream do you have to pay in any way, shape, or form. Just you being there. Some of my most, I'll just say my repeat viewers aren't subs, which means nothing to me. I have my own full-time job. It's not like I'm hurting for subs. I'm not hurting for money. Now when it gets to a point that maybe I will go full-time, then so be it. But then I won't have to be hurting because I'll just have the support. I won't have to worry about the support. So, by no means do you need to sub or give anything to interact with me. Granted, I'm only at 300 something followers, but I hope when I get to the point of 10,000 followers that it's still like, look, you want to play games with me? Join, add me on your friends list. We'll play. There doesn't have to be like, well, okay, you want to go one-on-one, then you have to give me $25. Like, that's just things like that irritate me.
Now, to my knowledge, you do have some stupid things that you will do for money.
Absolutely, because it's entertainment. I'm in the entertainment business, man, and I've always wanted to be an entertainer.
So what you're saying is you have honor but not dignity.
Correct, absolutely correct. So we actually did a charity stream the other day, raising money for mental health awareness, and I gave incentives, or I was given ideas to do incentives by one of my mods. She was giving me ideas, and some of them flew, some of them didn't. We took a crack at, which will be our next topic, I assume, certain streamers that like to write names on their body.
Oh my god.
So I did that as kind of a crack at that per se. Speaking of crack, a certain donation limit was to crack an egg on my head.
You did that?
I did. And I also did the amazing and elusive Shuey.
I'm well aware of what that is. Let's not discuss any listener with what it is.
I've done it 4 times.
You know where that originated?
I'm going to assume not Australia.
Formula One.
Okay, so Australia.
No, Formula One in Europe, in fact.
Oh, okay. I knew it was a racing
thing. They'd win
thing.
one of the races. Yes. It's gross, and I can't believe you do that. What's wrong with you?
Entertainment. Entertainment.
Now,
it's not a normal thing, okay? It's like, you have to hit a certain limit, and then I'll do it, okay? We're not going to get...
Okay. Another contrast between you and me here, all right?
I'm willing to do anything for money.
No. In many ways, we're very much alike. And in many ways, we're complete opposites. Because I have dignity, but no honor. You were like, I don't want to sell out my soul for money. I will sell you out like that, fucker. You mean nothing to me if I can get $1 million out.
Give me your money.
If I can get a sponsorship or some shit, if I can get paid for doing this bullshit podcast, I would.
Give me the money.
And I wouldn't have no problem saying, oh, by the way, this episode is brought to you by beer. Please drink it.
You are the one that would have a card that is completely decked out in sponsorships.
Yes, I would be the NASCAR. I would not care. I would wear a whole bunch of shit on my shirt and a hat and a mask, and I don't give a shit. Put posters behind me, I don't care. I'll sponsor every single thing under the sun. Tampons? Yeah, I'll be sponsored by that. I'll take your money. I don't give a fuck. But this isn't, like, unusual, because however many times have I said, I'll take a gift card to Bed Bath & Beyond. I'll find something to buy there. I don't care.
Yep.
I will take any degree of money.
Free,
is that song from...
As the great Little General Avery Johnson once said, free is good.
I was going to say it's from Spinal Tap, where it's like, give me some money.
Yep.
Loose change, pound notes, bad checks, anything. So that we differ in that sense. And some people, Nick, do in fact sell both their dignity and their honor to make a shitload of money from people on Twitch. And we can say this word here. You can't say it on Twitch, but we can say it here on this podcast.
Oh, don't say
Simps.
it. Oh, he said it.
Simps.
He said it. That's a bad.
Simps give money to hot women. Now, I want to postulate a theory by you. I've been thinking about this for a decade plus, before Twitch was a thing. We're going to alienate people in the audience. You are a straight man who likes women, right?
Okay, then just edit this in. Yes. You're just gonna have a moment of silence there, and then yes.
So what you're going to see, what happens a lot on the internet, is a picture of an attractive woman will be posted somewhere. It does not actually matter where, and it absolutely does not matter if the person who posted that picture is the person in the picture.
Yep.
What will happen is a person will flirt with the picture. A person will write something in an attempt to woo the picture.
Yep.
They have no knowledge other than an image of the person. Sometimes a GIF, sometimes a video. And it literally does not matter. This typically comes from an attractive woman being shown and men hitting on this woman. Mm-hmm. This only gets... You see this everywhere. You see it on safe for work sites. You see it on very not safe for work sites. On Twitter, any average image will be posted, will be replied to by some guy doing internet flirting. And the primal reason is this. Men are always going to be looking for something. So we wrongfully assume that women are also always looking for something.
Is this the primitive men are hunters, women are gatherers?
No. It is a psychological need that has gotten worse in the last 50 years. That you are programmed to desire a thing you cannot have. But you don't understand that you can't have it. You think, and you've heard this phrase for sure, shoot your shot. If you just shoot your shot, this random internet picture, who you know nothing about, will say, you know what? I think I will go fuck that random stranger on the internet. I will get in a plane, fly 3,000 miles to their house, knock on the door and say, hey, you convinced me with your shirtless pic. This is something people think subconsciously. It is only in the last decade.
But they believe it as a reality.
Yes, because it has become a reality in numbers. You're now eligible through stiff like OnlyFans and Twitch and various other reputable websites on the internet to give money to that picture. And in promise of your money, you are given a flirty look. You are given more pictures. You think you're going to get, oh, this popular Twitch streamer is going to stop her stream, come to my house specifically, and blow me. But that isn't what's going to happen. But they propagate that myth.
Yep.
It is a carrot and stick sort of thing, but there's no carrot. You just think there's a reward at the end of this if I just give this hot girl enough of my money, maybe eventually she'll love me. That's my rant.
That's a great rant, and it makes 100% makes 100% sense to me. So I don't know how much you are aware of what's going on with Twitch right now.
I'm fully aware.
And we'll just call it again, or well, we'll call it what it is now. The hot tub streams is what they're calling it, So lately, a specific Amaranth has got hit with a no more ad revenue ban from Twitch. And the biggest controversy, everyone was like, well, it's kind of fucked up because they didn't tell her they were taking away her ad revenue. Do you think she makes bum fuck off of her ad revenue? I highly doubt it. Do you think she
makes it from straight donations?
From straight donations, from stupid people giving 100 gift subs at one time. It's 100 times 6, by the way, if you want to do the math. It's 100 times 10 if you want to do the Australian math. It's so you think we're gonna put a stop to this? We're gonna start hitting people hard. We're gonna take away their ad revenue. Most of these people are donated subs or gifted subs or our subscribers themselves. So there's hardly any ads to be shown to begin with. So, and to put the top on it, or to blow the top off it, if anything, they actually created a hot tub beach pool category. Before it
Years
was
and
just
years
a
ago.
just chatting category. Now
I was gonna say,
specifically,
yeah.
if you want to see people at the beach or in a hot tub, and it's not even hot tubs. These motherfuckers are in literal kiddie pools. So the Twitch part of Twitch's TOS is wearing attire that is inappropriate to the basically to where you are. If you're in a business office, you have no reason for you to wear a bikini. Oh, but you're standing in a kiddie pool with about half an inch of water. Okay, well, I guess you're fucking swimming then, right?
What you are is bringing in ad revenue, which is why you're allowed to get away with bad behavior, because you make money for Twitch.
Yeah.
Which is the other thing people don't understand about subscriptions. Twitch gets a cut.
Yep.
Every single dollar donated to Twitch, I don't know what the honest God percentage is, but they get some of it.
Yep.
So why would they discipline someone who's making a lot of money? Because they're also making a lot of money.
Yeah, so I I just had one of those blind faith kind of things, like wishful thinking kind of things, to where, look, this is ridiculous. There are other platforms, I guess what you could say, for
Porn sites.
basically for behavior like this. There are places for this, and I'm sure they would make a great deal of money.
OnlyFans, they do make money.
So, but they kind of just took over to say, hey, well, we can just show enough here, and maybe they plug their personal accounts to other platforms. I don't know if that's allowed or what it is, but maybe we can do just enough here to get enough attention that they'll go to these other sites also. Because I mean, let's be real. These 5 hour, 6 hour hot tub streams or bathtub streams, or quote unquote yoga streams, are just 5 to 6 hour long ads for other sites, and you are paying still to watch these 5 or 6 hour long ads.
When Twitch first started getting big, and I was watching it on the, I guess, I don't know if it was on the 360. It's that long ago, but there was an app on the Xbox specifically. I remember. And I remember being in a party with Rob and Stizzy. And we were all watching different Twitch channels at the time. We all decided to watch Twitch and see what's up, who was on.
Yeah.
And I can't individually remember what we were watching, but I gravitated towards women. And I'm going to say it was years ago. I'm not ashamed of myself. I gravitated towards the more attractive women.
Sure.
And at the time, I do remember this. At the time, she was playing League of Legends. I don't know or care anything about. I don't know or care anything about League of Legends.
Yeah.
But this chick was hot, so I'll watch this. And I admitted this out loud to the other guys, and they gave me shit for it. And I was like, "What? Why would I go somewhere else? What is the purpose?" I wasn't, interacting with this person anyway. I wasn't subscribing or chatting. But it's like, well, that's what this is for. Twitch. Now, here's a big negative. Twitch, to me, has never, ever been about video games. It has been about personalities.
Okay.
It's been about people, and in the last few years, it has been about how much R-rated content you can get away with and still claim to be friendly.
So to kind of go back on the tangent with Ninja, when he made the jump to Mixer, because Mixer gave him a guaranteed contract to stream primarily on their channel.
Windows had a separate, they've just disbanded, ironically. Windows had a separate system called Mixer on the Xbox One, and they paid this guy a shitload of money to say, only stream Fortnite, only on this.
Yep. So, but for him, because he was one of the bigger streamers on Twitch already, so he said, hey, I'm going to leave for guaranteed money. Bye, guys. So Mixer, in all their controversy, went down the drain. And he said, well, I got to go stream somewhere. Hey, Twitch, will you take me back? Absolutely, Ninja. Come on in. By the way, here's some guaranteed money also.
When did Twitch become the NBA?
That's a good question, because there's YouTube. You can stream on YouTube. You can stream on Facebook. There's been rumors of MySpace coming back and doing a MySpace gaming sort of channel.
I miss MySpace. There was so much simpler time.
Indeed. There are other small. I don't know the names of them, but there are other small smaller platforms that do streaming also. But Twitch is just one of those household names now. Not everyone knows.
Yes, it is.
Not everyone knows that you can stream on YouTube. Not everyone knows that you can stream on Facebook. There are there's the NBA, and then there's the 3-on-3 league, Ice Cube's league. I forget what it's called.
The big
The
three.
Big Three,
I
yeah,
believe
exactly.
It's called. Yes.
So it's just one of those. Hey, everyone wants to be part of the big name. Everybody, Twitch is more of a popular name now than you would be to say. Because when you think about Facebook, you think about friends and sharing cat pictures. When you think about YouTube,
Yeah, old people sharing bad memes. Yes.
Yes, when you think about YouTube, it's old people sharing bad memes, but in the form of video. So Twitch is more known for gaming than YouTube and Facebook is. But yeah, like you
Twitch
said,
is known for more streaming content. Like when you think of a streaming site, you think Twitch. You don't think YouTube. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it kind of goes back to like how you said
it's
not about just games. It's about just content in general. Like how loud can I be? How crazy can I be? Like what is going to draw me attention?
And back then, when I was watching that said girl playing League of Legends, there was I'm sorry. It's been many years. At some point, I became aware of a channel called Just Chatting. And that's when I said, fuck this thing. Because there was nobody doing anything but talking in that. And it suddenly... The internet is the worst thing that's ever happened to the humankind. And I say that as the proud owner and creator of the internet's worst. Which, by the way, I tell everyone this every time. I created the internet's worst. Not to be about gaming, but to be about the worst things on the internet. It just happened to become about gaming.
It was the internet's worst podcast that became the internet's worst gaming podcast.
Yeah, that's correct. But people didn't used to have a platform. When people had an opinion, they kept it to them fucking selves.
When you gave the people the power to speak, they spoke without thinking.
Yes, that's 100% true. Because they're not... There's like speaking truth to power and none of that shit. They're not uniting. They're giving individualized ideas. And while I always champion the ideas of the individual over the ideas of the group, what happens with you have so many individuals is each individual person matters less and less.
Yeah.
It is the saturation effect.
And it's kind of the same with the viewership. When you have 100 followers and you have like 5 people watching every stream, it's like, hey man, we're all good friends here. Let's all hang out. Let's chat. And when you start becoming the 20,000, 50,000 followers, and you have a couple hundred to maybe even 1,000 followers, it's just like, hey guys, as a collective,
they're no longer people; they're units.
Yes.
And you can lose units and still be fine.
Yes, absolutely. It's just like stock, man.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's more. This might be very crude, but it's more like a general in a war. In like a pre-Napoleonic war, you're like, oh, I lost 10,000 troops today, but we still won the battle.
Still won. Yep.
Fuck it.
I still won. In the end of it, I still won.
Yes.
I won the battle. I won the war. Yeah, but what I am enjoying about these hot tub streams is that you do see people go in there and they're like, "You're a disgrace." You're like, so now the trolls have become like, or now the quote unquote trolls are now like warriors to say like, "Hey, you're ruining Twitch." But the problem with that is their comments
are still on their damn channel.
Well, their comments are getting deleted. They're getting banned. It's just like, so their moderators are doing their job and protecting the streamer.
Okay, behind the scenes question that I might cut out if it's too behind the scenes. Do your mods get paid?
My mods do not get paid, but it is an idea I do have in the future.
So mods can get paid is my question.
It's one of those streamer's choice sort of things. Because, if you have a good mod, hell, you can hire a mod. If you know they're good at the job, they're good at behind the scenes editing, they're good at monitoring chat. But they mod for like big time people. Well, I've heard a lot about you, so hey, I'll pay you this much. There are partner streamers that make more money that do pay their mods. I would absolutely love to pay my mods because I tell everybody right now, hey, not even my mods have to be here. You do not have to be here at any point in time during my stream. You got better things to do? Go ahead.
So to cut back around to it, like listen to the internet's worst gaming podcast. So to cut back around to it, so the mods have an incentive to keep backtalk down because they're getting paid also.
Hey, look, I'm going to give you $50 each time I stream. If people say negative stuff about me, delete it. basically is
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
happening. But instead of the negative it's almost like, look, if you go into a female streamer's chat and you're like, suck me off, baby, and it'll get deleted. But in those, it's almost like encouraged just for the content. I mean, but if I go in there and say you're a disgrace, you're ruining Twitch, blah blah blah, they'll delete it. It's like, but you are though, but you're ruining Twitch,
Yeah. I would think it would be better to not. Again, with the trolling stuff, it's like don't even bother engaging. Like, Almeral, whatever her fucking name is, Amaryllis, I don't give a shit.
Armor all.
I don't. Who cares? It's not even her real name. Who gives a fuck? At least you use her real name. It would be better just not engage and not even go there because she's not reading it. The mods are instantly deleting it. She's still gonna make money. It's pointless.
Yeah.
It is a pointless fight to be had, and you know me for however many years. I do not fight pointless fights.
What people are doing to counter it though is kind of their own way of jokingly doing it. There's streamers that say, "Oh yeah, well I can hot tub stream too," mostly males, and I can wear a fucking bikini too, also males. Or the ones that just Photoshop their picture into a pool and say, "See, I'm streaming from a pool. Look at me." Granted, those streamers are not getting freaking 50,000 views, but
Yeah.
it's still one of those things of like when people get on Twitch and want to go look at a hot tub stream, they see all these shirtless guys and in actual tubs or photoshopped in a bathtub or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way they're kind of countering it, but it's sadly something new that is not going to go away. And I mean, there's literally streams where they're I've literally seen a stream for research purposes, obviously,
Uh-huh.
where she's just sitting there and like the tightest top possible. Or I've seen one in a freaking Zero Suit Samus suit, and I'm like, bitch, you do not play games. Like, don't even bullshit me. But she'll sit there and not say a fucking word, and is literally getting money thrown at her face. Like,
Can I tell you the real horrible other side of this, Nick?
sure.
You can't say that. That's sexist.
How?
It is.
Tell
I'm
me.
not agreeing
Okay,
with-
look.
I'm not actually agreeing with what I'm saying.
Look.
I'm doing it for comedic purposes.
But tell me that you really enjoy playing Just Dance in a bikini in a bathtub. Tell me you actually do that on a normal day. Tell me you actually play Mario Party while sitting in a kiddie pool on a normal day. You don't. You can't. You can't tell me that these hot tub streamers that are playing games at the same times can be called gamers per se. I would love to see somebody do a 0-hit Dark Souls run in a fucking bikini in a hot tub. I want to see it.
Yeah, they can. They just move their fingers to an edited video.
Yeah, true. That's true.
You can play Dark Souls? You said the magic
I have
words.
yet to play Dark Souls.
Well, I can tell you about Dark Souls all day long. In fact, if the audio still exists, you can listen to me talk for about 20 minutes about Dark Souls on this very podcast.
I think I've actually heard it.
Yes. You know Sizzy beat 100% Sekiro?
Shadows Die Twice?
Yes.
It's not an easy game.
No. And he didn't even try in Bloodborne.
Well, it's kind of one of those things like, oh, Dark Souls sucks, but I love Bloodborne. Or Bloodborne. What is it? Bloodborne? Blah, blah, blah.
Bjorn's. Just Bjorn's.
Bjorn's. But it's like, it's kind of the same game. But people hate that comparison. When people, if you've never heard of Paladins, I've never heard of Paladins till maybe a couple weeks ago. And I'm like, what is Paladins? And people are like, I don't want to say it, but it's like Overwatch. Because the Overwatch community hates that shit. So Overwatch is nothing like Paladins. We have this and this and this and this.
We've got gays all day long. We've got a non-binary robot.
Yep. Nothing like Paladins.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Apex Legends also has a non-binary robot.
Don't get me started with Pathfinder. I fucking hate
so
Pathfinder.
let's start stopping. I'm gonna probably have to cut some of that out. So what have you got coming up on your channel? You have any future plans for the stream, or you just breezing it?
So I was recently gifted, and I already feel your opinion on this.
What?
You'll see, because when you react the way I know you're gonna react, I already felt it before you reacted. I was recently gifted 5 of the 7 Jackbox games set packs.
That doesn't bother me. I'm okay with it.
Not the gifted, the Jackbox thing in general. So I'm going to start doing more Jackbox streams. Um, kind of really get more community involved because I do play Fall Guys, and you can only play with like 3 people at a time. You know.
The major problem with Jackbox is you need a party. You need people.
Yeah. So there's a game you can play with like 2 or 3 people, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. So I guess I'll start doing some Jackbox streams. If people show up, we'll keep continuing. If not, I'll go fucking play Fall Guys. It's fine with me, you know. I can't look. I have 300 something plus followers. I can't worry about 300 people not being there. I need to worry about the people that aren't there. Hey, look, there's 10 people here. Y'all want to play Jackbox? Sure.
Or do you rather watch me play Metal Gear Solid 3?
Once I get a capture card, I'll go back to the Xbox. I have legit not streamed anything from the Xbox since I got my laptop. Mostly just because I'm addicted to Fall Guys and stuff.
My God, dude, get a life in a new game.
But I do have. I'm gonna be working on new overlays, maybe some custom sound alerts, maybe me saying, "What the fuck? Why did you sub to me, dumb shit?" Something, you know.
How about here's an idea. Every time you get a sub, say, "Hey, thanks. Please go subscribe to my brother on Twitter at Loki Jarson."
Good Lord. Maybe
Meanwhile, your Twitch name is what?
I don't. My Twitch name.
Yes.
I thought that you were gonna say your Twitch name. I said, you mean the fact that you don't have one?
No, yours.
FF Frostlight.
Okay. You do not have a Twitter currently?
I have a Discord and I have a Twitch, and I can barely keep up with those 2. People have said, get a Twitter, get an Instagram, get a TikTok so you can promote to everyone. And it's just like, well, why aren't you fuckers following me now? Why would I want to keep promoting? Who am I going to promote to? The people that I'm going to promote to need to be on Twitch already. And if you find me on Twitch, then there you go. Because who's going to follow me on Twitter? The people that already fucking follow me on Twitch. Like, it's fucking... Why... Just turn your notifications on one of these things, and you'll know when I go live. Why do I have to send you 5 notifications? It's fucking ridiculous. I do have new overlays coming up eventually, new sound alerts. I'm working on a channel intro trailer, so I'm basically going to create a montage of highlights to non-copyright music, may I add.
Excellent.
And it's going to have some of my best highlights. It's going to be a really cool intro, but it's going to be really misleading when they're like, wow, this guy's good at Apex, this guy's good at Call of Duty, and wow, look at how many times he won in Fall Guys, and then they watch me and they're like, well, this guy sucks. But
so that was a lie.
But hey, you gotta get him in. You gotta reel him in somehow.
Well, lying is an important part of business, as we've established.
Lying gets him in the door.
Thank you for listening to this very special episode of the Internet's Worst Gaming Podcast. I'm not even sure if I'll put a number on it. It's such a special episode. If you're on Twitch, go subscribe to this guy, my brother.
You don't have to subscribe.
Whatever.
Go follow me.
Go look at his videos and say, you know what? Here, make your own decision. You go to his channel, you look at his shit, you say, this guy sucks, and don't worry about it. Or you say, you know what? I would like to see more of this, and then subscribe. How about that?
That's how you get it. That's how you do it.
Meanwhile, I am on Twitter at Loki Jarson. If you're listening to this podcast on Spotify, we're also on iTunes. If you're listening on iTunes, we're also on Spotify. Thanks for being here, Nick. See you probably soon because you're my friggin' brother.
Yeah, I'll see you at dinner or something.
Sure.